I'll give her the time that an individual would require going through this serious measure of emergency. Like, you're now moving into my wonderful loft. There's no space for you. At the end of the day, I take responsibility for my activities. You know, for what's conspicuous out there. Clearly something else. It just so happens Kevin Hunter couldn't endure in excess of a long time without cash. What's more, now that it's been affirmed that he is hit with a colossal obligation that he can't pay, this man proceeded to play out his #1 stunt on the planet, crying on camera and sharing one more story of hardship connected with his woeful monetary circumstance. Presently, with Sharina Hudson at long last moving miles from this man, it appears as though Kevin's ongoing plan is to move toward Wendy once more. However, will it end up working? We should find out together. As it was accounted for recently, far out in the distance, the unskilled moderator is enjoying an extraordinary chuckle. Her sequential cheating, sequential taking ex-parted ways with his courtesan. She was spending a lot of his badly gotten gains. So Kevin's home-destroying sentiment is formally finished. Furthermore, clearly this man doesn't remember to abandon his adoration life after every one of the setbacks. What's more, he's currently openly bemoaning about his monetary difficulties and trust that Wendy would pay him out of her forever brilliant love from the lower part of my heart. All in all, I was profoundly enamored with Kevin. Presently, this is past harmful and manipulative. Furthermore, ideally Wendy wouldn't take this lure. All things considered, this man decided to live with his courtesan, Sharina Hudson, after he got hit with legal documents and taking into account that his adoration boat ran into the stones. At the point when it was accounted for that different sources are guaranteeing that Sharina and the child left Kevin and moved back in with her mom, Kevin's position turned out to be surprisingly more terrible than at any other time when the man hit with a claim blaming him for declining to settle up on his visa bill. Somewhat over a month prior, UPS Bank documented a common claim against Kevin Hunter in Florida court, guaranteeing that Kevin owed $20,176 in addition to lawyer expenses. Also, the suit read, "Respondent has neglected to make the base regularly scheduled installments by the installment due date as expected by the card member arrangement." Presently, Kevin is attempting to adapt to his consistently developing obligation, and he truly trusts that Wendy, who, as he would see it, took everything from him now rewind the whole story and assist him with taking care of it. I made him separated and jobless across the board day. Presently, with Serena's uncle affirming that she returned to South Carolina interestingly, since she left to look for another life in a major city, Kevin has nobody to depend on, and he is confronting numerous legitimate difficulties thinking about how much his obligation as per Serena's family member, who said, "I haven't seen that young lady since she completed secondary school. She's currently back home with her child young lady and pockets brimming with cash while Kevin is left stranded to confront the outcomes of their common wasting." Indeed, I sort of uncertainty that Wendy would succumb to Kevin's tragic account in light of the fact that, as she admitted, she became wary of supporting this little family. He utilized his great credit to buy property that he decided to live like royalty, his extramarital issues. Furthermore, when say that Wendy was supporting them, I, in a real sense, mean it on the grounds that the whole threesome of Kevin, Sharina, and their child young lady remained above water thanks to Wendy's abundant resources. Presently, Hudson has returned to her old neighborhood with a superstar status. Yet I question she has any great standing down there. Furthermore, Kevin needs to some way or another figure out how to take care of $20,000 he owes up bank, yet to sell his vehicles and, surprisingly, the house. So obviously he intends to accommodate with Wendy to have his issues mysteriously settled. In about cash with me. That's what she knows. I'm happy and favored that, we procured what we gained. Yet, presently I don't have the foggiest idea why he's alluding to him as an extremely confident man, taking into account he had been living off Wendy for over 20 years and even was taking cash from their family spending plan to fulfill extravagant requirements and wants of his paramour. At the end of the day, this man resembles a worm attempting to wriggle right out of any risky circumstance. Also, notwithstanding his extraordinary acting abilities and crying on camera, there's one thing he neglected to learn. Also, this monetary insight obviously Kevin liberally tossed cash left and right, accepting that it develop on trees or just show up in his wallet. He was deceiving up cash. She's in the front seat of my Rolls Royce. Ferrari. Furthermore, truly. At the point when Wendy concluded that nothing more will be tolerated is sought legal separation, Kevin and Serena didn't get to partake in their rich way of life for a really long time in light of the fact that the diva's provision was pitilessly cut when her bank, Wells Fargo, froze her records. In the wake of being prompted that Wendy might be a casualty of unjustifiable impact and monetary double-dealing. What's more, this is when Kevin understood that bills don't pay themselves and grown-ups really pay a large chunk of change for their healthcare coverage. What's more, evidently, he saw as nothing better than to cry about his burdens on camera and request to the adjudicator expressing, "I'm behind on charge card installments since I have no cash. Since the severance installments were suspended, my life has been enormously impacted since the offended party quit going with installments under our settlement arrangement." I trust the appointed authority was chuckling hard when he read this documenting on the grounds that Kevin just demonstrated what a pointless developed child he really was. I nearly beseeched him. Presently, Kevin accepts that Wendy's judgment was obfuscated when she discarded him like a pointless and broken toy. He actually accepts that discarding 25 years of their relationship was very inconsiderate. It was only inhumane toward understand that, okay, regardless of whether you will eliminate me, good and gone. Cool. Many individuals are saying that Kevin will be constantly a whimsical child who can't survive without his mom and her wallet, notwithstanding. Dislike anybody feels frustrated about him now. As one individual remarked, he merits all that is coming to him. I wouldn't take his sorry behind back by any means. Furthermore, another client added you couldn't really figure you can foul up to your ex and nothing will return to you. Karma is genuine. All things considered, despite the fact that Kevin doesn't trust in karma, it's thumped on his entryway in any case and transformed him into broke and destitute shadow of an amusement maker he had once been. Therefore, he put his home mark down and presently most likely going through evenings in somebody's carport attempting to track down his approach to Wendy's millions. Since, as he would like to think, this would be the best result for the two of them. In the event that she's assuming she figures directly to genuinely analyze and investigate what this is. This would be ideal for her. Furthermore, in any case, nobody accepts that Kevin's expectations are respectable to slither back under Wendy's mindful wing. Furthermore, what is your take on this, folks? Indeed, Kevin end up alone in spite of his regretting. Or on the other hand, will Wendy allow him one more opportunity to resign together? Share your considerations in the remarks underneath. I'm anxious to understand what you're thinking. Subscribe our channel for more videos. Thanks for watching.